Islam right now fought the old Islam. We beat him in the first round. He's
Wow.
big, he's strong, he's healthy, he's happy, he's not suffering cutting weight, and he's very, very strong. He make everyone feel like an amateur. In my opinion, he's the greatest pound for pound fighter right now. But I'm talking about of all the time.
Mm.
If he beat JDM, and I'm very confident he will do, he would tie Anderson Silva's record, 16 fight winning streak. Win one more, you can consider him the greatest pound for pound. The way he's beating guys, finishing 9 of his last 10 opponents, beating pound for pound guys to become the pound for pound. The way he beat Vogue, the way he beat Oliveira, the way he beat all these guys, he's very dominant, and he's good everywhere. And Islam been working really hard with Javier Mendez, with Habib. I mean, I've been part of the camp for the last couple of weeks too. But he's closing all the T's, and he's ready, man. He's ready. But JDM, it's a really great fighter, and you can't take anything away from him. We're fighting the best guy in the division right now. I believe he is the best guy in the division. And Islam have a big job on his hand, but I'm very confident November 15, Islam will win.
Ali Abdelaziz has never been one to mince words, but this time, his warning sent chills through the MMA world. With UFC 322 approaching, Islam Makhachev's longtime manager unleashed one of his most confident and intimidating statements yet. If Islam fought the old Islam, he said, he'd beat him in the first round. The message was clear. This isn't the same Makhachev we've seen before. He's evolved, bigger, stronger, and sharper than ever. No more weight cut exhaustion, no more drained performances. According to Abdelaziz, this new version of Islam makes elite fighters look like amateurs. Behind those bold words lies a quiet storm brewing inside Makhachev's camp. His move up to welterweight wasn't just a career decision, it was a complete rebirth, free from the brutal cut to 155. Islam now trains with the kind of intensity and energy that only come from feeling healthy and unrestricted. Abdelaziz claims this is the strongest version of Islam ever seen, saying he's not just a champion anymore, he's becoming a legend. And with 9 finishes in his last 10 fights, that statement doesn't sound far-fetched. If Islam beats Jack Della Maddalena at UFC 322, he'll tie Anderson Silva's iconic win streak, a record that only the greatest have touched. Coach Javier Mendez has witnessed that transformation up close. For years, Mendez saw Islam struggle to balance power and endurance while fighting the scale as much as his opponents. But now, that battle is over. Makhachev has grown into a complete welterweight, one with devastating strength and the same speed that once ruled the lightweight division. When I saw him spar for the first time after bulking up, Mendez revealed, I couldn't believe how good he looked. He didn't lose a step. He got faster, stronger, smarter. It's unreal. He's so confident that he even believes Islam may never return to lightweight again. He's complete now, Mendez said. This is where he belongs. For Islam, this move isn't temporary. It's the start of a new empire. He's made it clear that welterweight will be his home and his battlefield. His goal isn't chasing multiple belts for headlines. It's about dominance. About proving that he can reign in 2 weight classes with the same authority he had at 155. If he succeeds, he'll do something even Khabib Nurmagomedov never attempted, capture gold in a higher division while maintaining the same suffocating style that broke legends. But in his path stands Jack Della Maddalena, a man who's quickly become one of the UFC's most dangerous strikers. The Australian champion just dismantled Bilal Muhammad with world-class boxing and improved takedown defense, proving he's no longer a one-dimensional brawler. His confidence is unshakable, and his crisp combinations have turned heads across the MMA world. Yet despite his rise, even his supporters admit this is a different level of danger, because while Bilal is a strong wrestler, Islam is a master of control, a fighter whose grappling suffocates even the best in the world. Analysts have been torn. Jorge Masvidal called Islam the best grappler in MMA, warning that once the Dagestani gets his hands on you, the fight's practically over. His pressure is next level, Masvidal said. When he takes you down, it's not just control. It's like being trapped.
I watched him train. I watched what he was doing, and I was so impressed. And then he did his first sparring, and I was blown away. I was blown away how good he got, how well he adjusted to the weight. I was blown away. So I'm very confident in him, and regardless what anybody says, he's still #1 pound for pound in my eyes. So that's my guy, pound for pound #1, Islam Makhachev. And the new version of him is coming, you know, November 15th at Madison Square Garden, you know, and he will be the new welterweight UFC champion.
What do you guys have right now for Jack and Islam?
Dude, let's lock in the picks. Dude, going into this fight, I know Bilal isn't the same grappling level as Islam. You give him a B, right?
Yeah.
Islam's grappling like an A+, right? As far as his ability to finish fights, take you down. With all that said, I feel like the boxing and the size is going to be the big difference for Islam.
This is the part that Islam will excel in.
Exactly. If you could pin him.
Like, Islam's not going to just lay on him like this.
100%. The fact that JDM can scramble, that turns into submission opportunities for Islam, a guy who could finish him on the ground.
Sorry.
Others like Beneil Dariush, however, believe Jack's size could be the great equalizer. This might be Islam's hardest test yet, Dariush noted. Jack's strength and cardio could make it interesting, but not everyone buys into the hype. Veteran Philip Rowe, a natural welterweight himself, doubts Islam's frame can truly hold up at 170 pounds. He still looks like a lightweight trying to play big, Rowe said. Once Jack starts landing, that size difference will show. It's a concern echoed by analysts who believe Makhachev's technical brilliance might not be enough if his body can't handle the power of a natural welterweight. Inside Makhachev's camp, though, there's no hesitation. Umar Nurmagomedov, Islam's cousin and one of the brightest prospects in the UFC, insists that Islam's transition has been flawless. He's faster, stronger, and more explosive than ever, Umar said. He doesn't just have one plan, he has plans A through Z. If one thing doesn't work, he switches immediately. That's what makes him special. The Dagestani system has always thrived on adaptability, and Islam might be its most refined product yet. Dan Hooker, one of the few men to have shared the Octagon with Islam, offered a grounded perspective. Credit to him, Hooker said. He's doing something Khabib never dared to, moving up. But let's be honest, Jack's a big dude. I've stood next to him. You could chop off one of his legs and he'd still miss lightweight by a mile. That size factor, Hooker believes, could neutralize Islam's usual strength advantage. Meanwhile, Robert Whittaker, a fellow Aussie and former middleweight champion, has thrown his full support behind Jack. Jack's got that grit, Whittaker said. He's disciplined, patient, and dangerous on the feet. He doesn't need to stop every takedown, just enough to keep it standing. If he does that, he wins. Israel Adesanya agrees that control of distance will be everything. If Jack keeps it at range and doesn't panic, he said, he can make Islam pay. But Islam's IQ is scary. One wrong move and it's over. Alexander Volkanovski, having gone 2 wars with Islam, knows both sides better than anyone. He respects Makhachev's ground control, but believes Jack's forward pressure and striking could surprise people. Islam's not taking this one lightly, he said, but don't sleep on JDM. He's a beast. I think he can do it. And Max Holloway, known for his cerebral fight IQ, sees this as one of the most tactical battles of the year. They're both smart fighters, he said. This isn't going to be about brute strength. It's about who adjusts faster. The opinions are divided, but one thing is certain, UFC 322 might be one of the most intriguing showdowns in years. It's more than just a title fight, it's a collision between two philosophies. On one side stands Islam Makhachev, the technician who built his legacy through dominance, patience, and perfect control. On the other, Jack Della Maddalena, the striker who fights with precision and poise, relying on skill and timing rather than brute force. The anticipation is electric, fans are split, analysts are arguing, and both fighters seem unfazed by the noise. Islam is chasing history. Jack is defending pride and proving that new blood can dethrone even the most methodical champion. One represents legacy, the other represents evolution. Ali Abdelaziz summed it up best when he warned, JDM is not ready. It wasn't trash talk, it was a promise. To Abdelaziz and Team Makhachev, this fight is more than just another defense. It's the unveiling of the final, unstoppable version of Islam Makhachev, a man who's carried Dagestan's legacy, learned from Khabib's discipline, and forged his own identity as the sport's most complete fighter. As November 15th approaches and Madison Square Garden prepares to host this colossal battle, one thing feels certain: the Islam Makhachev stepping into that octagon isn't coming to compete. He's coming to conquer, whether it's through brutal ground control or a shocking finish. He intends to leave no doubt, and if Abdelaziz's words ring true, the version of Islam that faces Jack Della Maddalena won't just win, he'll redefine what dominance means in mixed martial arts. In the end, fans may debate tactics, weight, and strategy, but once the cage door closes, all the talk fades. It becomes a test of will, precision, and legacy. For Jack, it's a chance to shock the world. For Islam, it's destiny, a chance to cement his place not just among champions, but among legends. And if his coach's warning is any indication, JDM might be stepping into the cage with not just a fighter, but the most dangerous version of Islam Makhachev the world has ever seen.